Okay, I just want to apologize in advance. This video is going to be very, what you might call, offensive. That's right, we're talking about the offense today. Football is an incredible sport, and one of the things that makes it such a fun sport for me and many others is the offense. The offense has tons of different parts that I'm going to break down to the basics in this episode. So first off, we have probably the most important part, the passing game. The passing game is quite possibly the most important part of all football right now. Have you ever heard of the quarterback? Those are the guys that get paid incredibly absurd amounts of money to play a kid's game. More absurd than everyone else. I mean, they get like $45 million a year for some of just the good ones. I mean, but to be fair, he is the one who gets the ball every single play and has the job to throw the ball or give it to the running back. There are multiple reasons that the quarterback himself is considered the most important player in football. For one, he gets the football every single play, so what happens is up to him. Quarterback is also an incredibly hard position to play, and it is commonly considered the hardest position of all of them. I mean, it requires the mental ability to be able to properly break down what's happening on the field. It requires athletic ability to be able to make the right throws. It is an incredibly hard position. So while yes, they do get paid a ton of money, more than they probably realistically should, they do a lot of work and they are integral to the offense. But as important as quarterback might be, who is the quarterback going to throw the ball to make the passing game work? I mean, himself? It's happened a couple times, but not really gambled on very often. And that is where the receivers come into play. The receiver's job is to run routes, not the places in Pokemon. That's an entirely different thing. And get open to catch the ball thrown from the quarterback. Wide receivers are also an incredibly important piece to a team's success, due to the fact that without them, there'd be nowhere for the passing game itself to go, really. And then another incredibly important part of the offense and the passing game is the O-line, or what we call the offensive line. They are the 5 big guys that have the job of stopping the defense from taking down the quarterback, which is what we call sacking him. The O-line is commonly undervalued by people, but they are so necessary for the offense to properly function. I mean, without them, the quarterback would just get destroyed every play. Next up, we've got the tight end. And I know you might be saying something along the lines of, why are there butt jokes in football? But in all seriousness, the tight end can also be incredibly important to an offense. He's kind of a mix between a receiver and an offensive lineman, who, he'll block at times, but at other times he'll also go out and catch the ball and run routes. Some teams don't use the tight end in the passing game very much, but teams that can properly use him are able to reap the rewards with even more domination in the passing game. Now there is one part of the passing game, but he is much, much more important to the running game. That is the running back. He can help to block or even go out for a route, but we're going to talk about him a lot more in our next part, the running game. And just like the offensive line, the running game can be overlooked a lot of the time, but it is also a great tool for offenses to use. This is where in most situations, the quarterback will give the ball to the running back, or a handoff as we call it, and the running back will try to get as many yards as possible before being tackled. And just like the passing game, there are multiple parts that make the running game able to work. First off, there's the running back himself, and then there's also the offensive line. The running back needs to be able to find the areas to move downfield, and the O-line needs to be able to block the defense to get more openings for the running back to try to go through. And there are also some plays where the quarterback will run the ball himself instead of the running back, which opens up a lot of interesting strategies with how to run things.